to tell everybody that your little spiel about your recording this session and everything. We have new faces, sir.
You talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I just start chill. Relax. I'm a professional. I got this.
Yeah, you're a professional. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
semi-professional.
For
Hold on.
sure.
I gotta
I
stop.
don't
I gotta stop
believe that.
laughing so I can do my spiel. Shut the fuck up. Leave me alone.
All right.
Okay,
Go.
professional. We got this.
Got this.
All right,
Please tell me
everybody.
we already started, because if this isn't in the video, it's just sad.
Well, you know what? Actually, I could just leave that in the video. I could. That could be the intro right there.
You should.
Yeah, perfect.
You know what? I'm just gonna leave that in the video. That's the intro. Yeah, we're good.
I think you get more if you leave Huday's picture in the intro with them biting his finger.
That might be a little too rated R. Okay. Well, apparently episode 4 is where everything goes off the rails. So here we go. All right. Yeah, I'm here with EXE. Yeah. Do you guys want to give an intro, or do you just want to get started? I'm pretty sure everybody knows you by now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone knows us by now, but just in case, I'm Neva. We do this session every week just to have some fun, hang out with everybody, and try to get some people some knowledge of the game. We hope y'all enjoy watching this video, and let's kick this thing off. All right, so first things first, who's got some questions for us today? Are we looking at an art right now, or what's going on?
Open your eyes.
Huday's got his up right
right,
now.
I'm gonna pull up his stream then.
Click on it again. No, come on, there's fucking that, yeah?
What?
You fucking retarded sausage.
You want me to go to my gear? All right. You want me to go to my commander? Is that what you want me to go to?
All right, so we got a king. Okay, so we got a king. We got a sweet pin set ready to roll. Needs some leveling.
So I have this pin set.
Mm-hmm.
It is at 100% pin. I also have this, which is at 92.6% pin, and I am told I need to switch to 100% sweet pin. So I don't like getting rid of stuff, but I was told that I should probably eat some of my gear to get my sweep in up.
In all honesty, I'm gonna be on. So with the way the meta's changed and everything like that, we have a lot of the tie-in gear that doesn't run any RWE in it whatsoever. So unless you're switching to RWE Awakening, you have an opportunity there with sweep in to actually still hit them hard enough to kill them while taking 0 damage and everything, or little damage. So there's a very strong benefit over the old traditional sets with King, for sure. So that sweep in set would probably be the route you want to start pushing. Now you do got some gear that you may not want to eat, but we'll look in there and see which we can get taken care of and get out of there for you and get you into that nice sweep in set, because it is really effective, brother. And that's one thing that it also gives the ability with sweeping to not have to always have first strike. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't necessarily always have to have first strike when you're going up against something, because if they're not working RWE, even if they're hitting you, they're not going to do any damage, right? So there's great effects to that actually help you out, and you can march a little bit bigger. You can kill more than just your traditional one slot busking. So there's a lot of stronger benefits to having a sweep in set leveled up. I personally feel like. Wouldn't you agree, Bane?
You lost Bane.
I'm sorry. I'm driving and I'm kind of busy today, so my responses will be sporadic. But yeah, sweep pen has more utility in general. It doesn't hit as hard though. You do have to keep in mind that like your regular pen set has higher base attack, so that's a consideration. But like overall utility, sweep pen is definitely better.
Yeah. And what you would do at that point, if you go messing with your sweep pen, you would gem like a definitely gem into for attack and everything like I did. obviously no accuracy. But I did HP and attack on all my gems and everything like that besides the penetration gem I had. So you're definitely with the sweeping. The one thing you got to take into account, you do need to have higher level gear. Like the headpiece one has to be 50 to be effective. So either you 50 it, or you're gonna have to throw in some good 3% pin gems to get your pin to 100%.
That's what she said.
All right, so let's take a look at all the gear you have available real quick. Okay.
So equipment.
I love seeing a king main. I used to be a king main. It was fun. So here's the bad thing with the available gear that you have. How many bots do you have?
What's up, guys?
Hello. Okay. All right. So with the amount of bots that you have and the available gear that you have right now, Huday, I personally wouldn't suggest eating any of that because you got some premium gear there. And the thing is, you won't be able to push it to the levels needed to get where you need either way. You know what I'm saying? Like you might max get a 45. I mean, you might max get 45 headpiece, maybe 46. But in all honesty, it's you really want it 50. That way you don't have to sacrifice a lot of stats, a lot of attack stats for pin gems. You know what I'm saying? But you can still do the pin gems. You're just going to lose a lot of. You're going to lose a lot of your base attack.
You keep the gear that I have on King, and then just keep working on my pin.
That's unfortunately, unless you plan on eating your entire King set currently, which I know that'd be a tough call for you to do. Unfortunately, I think that's the only choice you really have, bro. I mean, you can eat that attack set, yeah. I mean, that'll get you some levels up. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you really want that headpiece to be to 50, and if not, then you're going to have to sacrifice the slots for gem stat. I mean, for penetration.
Okay.
And that's the shitty part. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, you only have yours 2 stone anyway. Your gear set 2 stone on your sweet pin. So technically, you just need to get more stones.
Yeah.
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 So my assessment as of right now, and this is just being straight real with you and everything, I will keep it like it is until you're able to get a little bit more bots or build you up a good bot farming, like get you some good bot farming going and build you up a nice little army of the lower level bots. And then you can start grinding out gear to get to what you need to and work on the sweet pin set in the background. I don't like suggesting that because I know today's meta requires a sweet pin to really be effective. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I mean, you still can hit. You still can destroy. You know what I'm saying? You can still kill things. You just have to focus on things that you want to avoid, like things with canes and stuff like that. Now, do you have talents unlocked yet, Huday? Okay, good shit. I like that. 4. Okay, keep going.
No, but
Power
you still
infantry,
want
nice.
actually in place walking.
So what? Here's.
Just the one I said the talents actually in place for king.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are in place for a king. So I'm assuming that you run airship nemesis, power of infantry, and purifying barrage on them. Correct?
Yeah.
Good shit. So that is definitely that's definitely the right way on the talent go and everything. See, when you start getting into that sweep in set and you start realizing its abilities, it's not just going to be like a thing that's going to take damage, take hits and kill shit. Like it has a couple of different abilities that are mixed in with specific gem sets that actually can shut some things down, and purifying barrage actually helps out. So when I used to run the sweeping king against Reinhardt's, actually, I was able to destroy him with probably 25 per slot because of how it's set up. You know what I'm saying? Because of the talents and the gems, the way it was set up and everything like that. So it made it really cool to actually kill some T1 and T2 Reinhardts with a king. That's not supposed to normally happen. Now, of course, that changed and everything. That's the reason why I moved off of king myself, because the matchup changed too much for king. But that's just what I did,
Okay.
Yeah. So I would definitely work on your sweep in set in the background. Make that your primary focus push. You don't need any more levels technically on what you got now. So make your primary focus push your sweep in set. First things first, you want to boost one of the headpiece. You want to work on boosting the headpiece up to 50, but you can get it to 45 first, but you need at least one of the weapons to be 45 too. So boost your rose up to 45. Boost, that's going to give you some benefit. I know Baines that likes to say that boost the weapons first because that, and then the headpiece. But
It depends.
Right on that. Yeah.
For sweep pen, anything with pen kind of have to boost first. If you're running form a lot, then you boost the weapons first because they're all 4% base pen. But since you're not, boost the helm first.
There you go then. That's what I would do in your situation today.
You don't have to have all 50. You don't have to have all 50 to get 200% pen with sweep pen if you boost both weapons to 45 and then take your helm to like 47. You need one 3% gem is all you would need. That's how I got full pen with Ruthless. Is my gear's all 45. And I did like 47, 45, 44, I think it was. Wasn't enough. For eventually, you should have one pen gem anyway. So just make sure you get a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what you want to do as well when you're starting to gem her out. You want to gem her with some canes down there for sure. Full set, it works well. Andromeda, because that also works extremely well. But you don't. Let's see what else. Got some Virgo in there. Yep, that's good. I gem mine a little bit different. Some people gem for the full sets and everything like that. I gem mine a little bit differently, honestly. I'm gonna tell you how I did gem mine if I can find it. Bear with me. No, I'll be able to find it. All right, so the way I had my sweep in set up, once you get your some spirit stones and everything, I had canes full set, Andromeda full set, 2-piece Gemini, 4 full set Virgo, 2-piece Leo, and I had 2 perfect attack quick leaf gems, so I kept those. So I had another space for another 2-piece thing. And the reason why I did it that way is because King doesn't want full set guaranteed hits, right? But I also wanted to boost my attack because I knew that sweep in doesn't have the attack bonuses that a traditional King version 10 set had. So I went with that to boost as much attack as possible, and it worked wonders. I mean, I will say that sweep in King was pretty fucking solid for a very long time. So that's the way I would do it personally if I were you. But you want at least to have the Andro, the Canes, and the Virgo full set. And then you have a space to do a Pisces if you want. A lot of people put Pisces in there because it skips that turn and you take 0 damage. So I mean you can take 0 damage on something, but if you're sweeping, if you're doing the sweep correctly and you hit something that has no RWE, you're going to take 0 damage anyway. So it's not a true place for it necessarily. You know what I mean? Or did I lose you there?
No, I'm here.
Okay. All right. Any more questions, brother?
Nope.
Cool shit. All right. You can start sharing your screen if you want to. Or you can. There you go. All right. Do we have any other questions for today? I know we had some people that were interested in some stuff and everything like that. So, any questions? Dar, did you have questions for us, sir? If you're here.
I feel like you always ask Dar, like he's a confused guy, like he's a confused guy or something.
No, I just see him.
He's very confused.
No, I just see him in the chat sometimes, talking about it, everything like that. And like yesterday, I seen him in our guild chat, said he had some questions for Gear Talk. So that's the reason I asked him. Oh my God. No, none of that here, sir. Lord have mercy.
Hey, Lem, this is
What's
Gear
up?
Talk, not Lem Talk.
That is Gear Talk. It's all about what type of gear you have.
Oh my God. Oh no.
Now.
Oh no.
Hey, never remember you're the admin. You can mute him.
I might have to.
Yeah.
No, but he so anyway, about to go talk and everything. Enough of that little fun stuff. So has anybody what's your opinion on the new weapon, Bane? That's one question I know a lot of people's waiting to hear and everything. What's your opinion of the new weapon so far since it's released?
Which one, Reinhardt? I mean, the Rogers.
The Rogers weapon. Yeah, the Rogers weapon. The Mighty Shield.
Oh, I haven't seen enough replays. I don't know that it's working because for the replays I've seen, the damage, like if it stacked defense the same way as absolute defense as it is worded, it would be better than I think it is. The attack is massive. That part's exactly what you would expect. So it's going to be the new best in slot for King, Ira, whatnot. Maybe DS, possibly Sister Wolf with Mind Map, assuming you're not worried about the accuracy. It's exactly what it reads. It's high attack with pen, and not seeing that it's going to be that much use on Rogers specifically, because Rogers, according to Wild and friends who tested it, was doing better without that, and he's actually not that useless in the meta, although he's still hard countered by lots of specific things.
I think the one thing we got to remember is most of those weapons do not work right when they first come out. They all of a sudden they have to go in and they do all that stuff. So I mean, I'm not saying
right.
Shadow patch.
I don't think that the defense skill was stacking the way it's supposed to. I mean,
yeah,
that's
it didn't seem to be.
Like right off the top of my head, it didn't seem to be doing shit, which tells me that they just messed it up when they released it.
Which is quite possible
typical.
and everything. I mean, 7P does it often. Exactly. 7P does do that very often, and unfortunately. You are right about that, Liam, and thing. When I was one of the ones that was testing with it and everything. No, I don't have it. I was testing against it just to see the effects of it. And yeah, you're right. The damage itself, it was pretty cool, but the actual the skill itself, it did not work as well as some other builds and everything personally. So it was,
and we also got to remember they just had a shadow patch because nobody could log in for about an hour, so they might have fixed it.
We'd have to test it some more and everything, but it's too early to really tell. But I personally feel like it's one of those weapons that's going to be in a better spot for like Bane said, a King or an Ira or something like that.
It's not a $2,000 damn weapon.
It is because it's brand new. Yeah, remember they throw things out, and it is because it's brand new.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm saying it being 2,000 because it's brand new is one thing. It being 2,000 because it's worth it is another.
So
the problem is,
if you go look at it, yeah,
you could throw that on some nasty shit. Honestly, even if it's not, it doesn't work as intended for on Rogers and everything. That's got enough base attack at level 50 to freaking. That's insane. So you can throw that on like a 3-piece Ira and just do massive amounts of damage. You know what I'm saying? Or other things. I won't go into too much detail. So.
But I mean, you gotta look at it like the Merrick the Merrick didn't work right for how many months, and then all of a sudden they went in and they fixed it. So I mean, there again,
you're right there. I mean, it didn't work for a very long time, and that was sucky because I thought that weapon was going to be badass.
and now it is, and now they don't offer it anywhere.
Right? Like if anybody,
still got
if you had
40
this weapon in your
blueprints.
infantry, if you're infantry and if you had this weapon, this thing is awesome. I love this weapon.
But I
if you
mean,
didn't get a chance to get this weapon, sorry for you.
yeah,
It's available
but
in
I
the
mean
Ether shop once every 6 months for 300.
But I mean, that's kind of the point you look at the $2,000, right? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The weapon might not be worth it, but when they patch it, or if they ever patch it and get it working right, then it would be worth the 2,000. But then they'll take it off the market where you can't get it.
Yep.
So I mean, you're damned if you do, you damned if you don't. So your best bet is if you can afford it, collect it. And maybe down the road they change something on it and it fucking starts working them properly. I mean, with 7P, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you stop buying it, then maybe they'll start fixing it from the start.
Yeah, okay.
If
It doesn't happen that way.
I mean, at the end
Must
of the
be
day,
a
they're
new
a
guy.
Must be
company.
a new guy.
If they're not making money, they're not going to do it. Let's be honest.
Well, at this point in the game and everything, I mean, with the amount of players that have left and everything because of the way 7P does certain things and all this, that, and other. I mean, it would suck to see something like that happen, but I don't think at that point that would fix the problem. I think that would create more of a problem. You know what I'm saying? I think then they'll just start releasing too much equipment at $2,000 over and over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? At least now they release some things that are a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Like even the Nansos dropped for free a couple weeks ago. So if you had them launched, that is.
Well, I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. The only reason they fix anything is because the people who spend a bunch of money complain about it.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So if nobody's buying it, then they're never going to fix it.
Unfortunately, that is correct.
You guys are going to be screwed when they release Victor's damn weapon and I bring him back. You guys are hosed.
But I do feel like the weapon will still serve purpose, even if you don't. Even if you pick it up, pick it up just because, pick it up because it still has enough base. It's one of those weapons that still can serve purpose elsewhere because it has that such high base attack and it has that ability to have full pin on it. So I do suggest getting it just because of the simple base stats of the weapon itself, wouldn't y'all? I mean, technically speaking.
Well, not for free to play, but for you guys, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, if you, the only way I would pick it up is if I was moving in that direction anyway. If you were going to spend the money anyway, if you were going to do any of that anyway and get it, then I wouldn't be spending the money just to get it. Put it that way.
And, yeah,
but
you also got to
if
think
you
we're in an
acquired
Aethercoin event as well, so you can also pick up other things in this Aethercoin event too from the Aethercoin. So if you're buying the right packs and everything like that and doing it the right way, you can get you can just basically pick up that weapon while getting another gear piece that you really want, like a Sunraven piece if you have the blueprints for it, or whatever they've been offering. You know what I'm saying? So
if you acquire in that aspect, it's not a waste. If you just go straight for it and that's all you're going for, then that might be a little waste. But if you acquire an aspect that you're going for something else and you just wind up getting it because you spent the money, then I don't see a problem with it. Because you can find a use for it.
Exactly. That's the way I look at it as well. Damn, I dropped the fucking one. Aether coins events are always pretty nice. I kind of like Metaverse coins better than the Aether ones, but they are. I mean, as long as you're patient and you save up, you can get some decent stuff out of this.
Yeah, I mean, I find that the Metaverse coins you get kind of a deal on when you go for gear with the Metaverse stuff, whereas these coins, the prices are inflated. You're spending
Slightly, yes.
more to get it than what you would with the metaverse coins.
Yeah,
Well,
see, I mean, I agree. That's what I said. I personally feel like the metaverse is good, is the stronger, but
I
it's
mean,
still a good event.
I'm gonna go dark. I'm not gonna be able to respond because I'll be out of service, but I will be listening.
okay.
Sir.
I mean, when you look at it from like a spender's point of view, that makes sense. But like from like free to play, like you can't get the metaverse coins unless you spend. So it just depends on where.
Exactly.
It just depends on where you are in the game.
Exactly, but you kind of get screwed going for these coins anyway, even if you're not a spender, because you're paying inflated prices for the gear. So because
Well, the
it's
gear,
easier for
yeah.
you to get the coins, you're spending inflated prices because it's easier.
Well, yeah. When it comes to gear, I
Whereas
would
the
agree.
spenders get yeah.
But well, I mean, if you're a low spender or you don't spend at all, like you want to go for the UC, not the gear pieces.
So I mean, even if that's the case, if you're a low spender, my advice would be spending on those metaverse packs.
Yeah,
Because I mean, even
I
as a
agree.
low
I would
spender,
say the
you
same too.
buy them cheaper level, you save the metaverse packs, so that way you can get gear at good prices when the metaverse event comes.
For just $1 a day, you can get a metaverse coin. Sorry.
And those metaverse comes with exactly what you're looking for: HC, UC. I mean,
Mhm.
and the hyperspace crystals. So I mean, or the warp crystals. So
Yeah.
either way, you're getting what you need out of that, but you're also getting those metaverse coins for later on that you're going to spend and actually buy the gear cheap. So even for a low spender, if you're spending right, you're
Yep.
going to spend your way right into playing at a high level. Whereas
Now
if you're a low
I will say
spender
this
going
though.
after this event, I don't see you getting to a high level very fast.
Yeah, I will say this though. If you do go with the metaverse coin packs and everything as a low spender and everything, the one thing you want to make sure that you're doing is your gold management, because you don't get the extra gold that the event packs give you.
Metaverse packs.
So yeah, so the metaverse packs don't give you that extra gold and everything like that. Just be mindful of that. So if you don't know how to manage your gold and everything, and you're buying these packs, just be careful. There are other ways to, we all know there's other ways to obtain gold, things like that, and everything. You can do investments and all this, that, and other. So just make sure you're doing the right things to keep your art suitable. But this is definitely, if you can do this is definitely the better way to go. I agree, too. I think we've talked about that before.
Yeah, we did like a couple episodes ago.
Okay. I guess that's a very important subject.
Yeah, if somebody doesn't catch that
Well, I
episode.
mean, free to play, whatever. Now, I mean, literally, it's just a classification. Everybody knows it goes back years and years ago when they actually made it kind of official. You're going to play this game. If you want to win, you're going to pay to win. Free to play at the high level, there are none. They got some really good free to play players. Yet they're not. I mean, you're not going to see anybody in the top 100 free to play. Hell, I doubt you'd see anybody in the top 250 free to play. That gear, I mean, I hate to say it, but this whole time with the pay to win deal, they ain't joking.
Oh yeah, it's definitely rough. But I mean, you can get like little tips and tricks, and you can definitely do stuff free to play and still have fun and still contribute. I mean, I do
Oh, yeah,
it,
for sure.
and I've only been playing
Oh,
like a
I mean,
year.
there's always niche. I mean, we've had the conversation before. There's always niche builds that put you in the meta and you can compete against the big players. You
Yeah,
know,
100%.
sweet pin, tear suppression. Those are niche builds that allow you to compete at a high level.
Oh, that brings up a good question, William. What when you're building out the tier suppression build, what would that build consist of? What equipment are we running on a tier suppression build?
You got ambition or not what's the other tier
Black
suppression
Knight.
chest piece? Black Knight. Yeah,
Okay.
the ambition or the Black Knight.
Okay.
You're gonna run your tier suppression gems. That you're gonna have 3 gems out of the 3 to 4 gems tier suppression, almost perfect, if
Okay.
not perfect. Let me go look at my build because I have it
Let's say
almost
like
perfected.
let's talk about like someone that can get a good tier suppression build that's like not as a spinner as big of a spinner and everything. You know what I'm saying? So like from that aspect, because you can be very successful with that. You can destroy like with that kind of with the tier suppression build. You build it outright. I mean, you can kill anything keeping under easy with a couple of box troops and T12, technically speaking. So I mean,
So you're looking at your ambition. You're looking at absolute suppression, which you can get through GGM. You're looking at the new gem sets, the 3 different canes and all them to
okay,
get your gem sets 3%,
okay,
or better. Well, 3% is the max you can go.
on tier
So
suppression.
yeah. So I mean that's pretty much what you're looking at because right now I'm sitting with 3% gems. I need 1 more to go ahead and maximize my build as far as having full tier suppression.
Yeah.
So I mean that's really, and most of that you could get through GGM.
And it's not that expensive.
Yeah.
It's just gold.
Like I said, for me, I put all above 2.5 tier suppression. I put Equalis in the head, a Canes and a Lynx tier suppression gem in each weapon. And then absolute suppression isn't that expensive. I spend maybe 20k gold a weekend to get it. Because right now you get it for 60,000, which isn't that hard to get. And then you got your 3-piece Canes for 10% and 2-piece Libra for 10. And then you just got to get your ambition up to 45, I believe it is, to get 100% tier suppression with the hull.
And everything T11
And then
under
you got
is
the
free for
hull.
you then.
Yep.
So what kind of weapons would you run on a build like this?
Me, I
Does it
just threw
matter?
together a pen set. I got a
I
cheap
mean,
level.
you can throw any of your weapons on there. Like I run mine on sweep pin. That
Okay.
way you get the added sweep pin tier suppression.
Okay.
Well, that's just killing
Fair enough.
faster. You don't need it.
Not
Me, I
really.
got
What that's doing is throwing. All right, if I hit you with that, right, and you're running low tier troops and you're not paying attention, you're gonna think I sweet you, right? So you're gonna change the troops up, not realizing you're being tier suppressed.
that's only for people that don't pay attention, but yeah.
Yeah. But like, if you just
Me,
want the tier suppression, then that's all you don't need the extra gear. If you can just get the tier suppression, then you're good.
Yeah, I got
No.
mine on DS, and I run a level 30 frickin' Devil's Touch, level 30 Alcade, and level 30 Swallow for now. Just attack and accuracy and shit like that. And I do really well with it at only 5k leadership.
Okay.
I mean, we've seen it time and time again where little tricks like what I'm doing, it works because you look at ODAD, you look at these people that keep on running in high, fast battles. They're not really they'll look at your gear, but
They don't look at
they're not
replay.
really paying attention what you have on it.
Yep.
So that's where it comes in handy is, you at the level y'all play, y'all in some high, fast value fights. You
Yes,
don't
sir.
really, you have time, but you don't have time.
Yep. I can agree. Nah, if it's beat me more than twice, and I will say this, if it's beat me more than twice, I'm looking into it. I'm seeing what happened before I face it again. So
Yeah.
but that also comes with you knowing your matchups, right? So like I know what I can and cannot get hit by already. Like I know my commander in and out. You know what I'm saying? So and that's what you want to learn with your commander, like with your king and everything, Huday or whoever, like the tier suppression. The tier suppression is not going to work against that high end T12 stuff. It's not. You're going to focus on all that little stuff. So you'll focus on the the T11 infantry and blood. It's just a matter of knowing what you can do in this game. Sorry, I just wanted to add that in there and everything because that's where, like, if you don't pay attention to this game, you'll have all this gear built up and all this, and you think you're a badass and lose every single time. You brought up a good point with Odad on that, Liam.
Well, I mean, it's not just Odad, but I
No,
only
it's not.
bring up Odad because
like
that
you're right, though.
everybody knows he's a big guy. So
Yep.
you know.
Yeah, no, I'm not knocking the player at all by any means whatsoever. Don't get me wrong on that. What I was saying is, like, you brought that up because that's how fast-paced of those battles you'll see. Like, you might have this set up a particular way, and you don't have time to change it up because of what's going on in the sway of the GB or the sway of the cat battle, you know? So you brought up a very good point there. Ow. Shit. All right, anyway. So back to the conversation. So you can pretty much with the tier suppression, you can pretty much run whatever as long as you have that ambition, as long as you have the tier suppression gems and absolute suppression, correct? Like in the whole. So,
yeah, you can pretty much run whatever build you want as long as you have the gems and that ambition.
So let's say, for example, a low end they can run dual Titan, right? For the weapons. Headpiece they can run.
You can run Dev
whatever.
Helm if you want.
Exactly. And your pants, I mean, the pants do kind of matter. I personally feel like the pants would matter in this build. So
I don't know. I run the red crit troops on DS, so I for funsies I put Luck Befalls on her because they seem to make the crit troops hit pretty hard.
Fair enough.
I mean, really, it's a standard build. I mean, it's easy. That's why I say your niche builds for free to play or low spenders are really where you want to focus because I mean, not only would you you could fit into a big guild, be able to fight big guild battles just by filling that niche role. I mean, there's several roles within a big guild or any guild at that needs to be filled. And tier suppression's one of them. Swee's another one of them. I mean, anything that makes you viable, and that would make you viable playing at a high level, like right now.
It's all about fighting up.
Yeah, if you're catching people with Swee, like that means that they have to stop fighting, figure out what you're doing, switch their stuff around, and then try to avoid you, which is actually helping out the entire guild. Just because you're the one annoying guy.
Me, I usually don't switch them around. I just avoid them.
It's also like this: if we're running up against a Dodge Black, right, and you go in and you sweet that Dodge Black, and say your infantry can't touch him or anything because he's just out dodging him, right? He swaps to RWE. You just made him swap to where now infantry's going to eat him alive.
Yes.
You know, so you set up your other members by forcing them to do the swap.
Yep. And it's all about knowing that role. I mean, if you're a small player, you can be very effective. Like one of our arcs in here and everything like that runs a Ira. Small player, 182 million. Badass art, dude. He is fucking shit up. And that's because he knows his role. He built himself a nice little set for his art, and he knows his role, and he fucks shit up with it. So, I mean, it's definitely possible to be a very low spender or even a free to play, as long as you know how to build out the right gear to fill a role. You know what I mean?
But the other part of that is knowing how to recognize your matchups too. When you're in the fight, you're not playing around or whatever. You're watching it. You're making sure that you don't get walked into somebody else by accident or whatever. That's the important part. That's where you find that's what separates the good players from the really good players.
Agree. 100% agree. 1,000% agree with you actually on that. This game is about knowledge, man. This game is very dynamic. That's one of the reasons why I love playing this game. It's a dynamic game. It makes you think. It's not a game that you just point and click, and boom, there you go. You are automatically the winner. I mean,
I told you, Liv, you can't just do that. Told you.
But this game makes you think, and you have to definitely know your matchups.
Yeah, but not everybody can fit the Harris role of, hey, I'll go big and fucking just annihilate everything. You don't have to be that type of player. You don't have to be that type of player that, you can be your own type. And a lot of this goes into how you want to fight. That's like when people ask me about the comps, it's about how do you play? How do you want to play? Do you want to be that tank? Do you want to be that bust?
Can't
You
kill
know,
us.
Yeah, I mean,
You're right. Though. You're 100% right. It's about how you want to play.
I mean, for me personally, I have so much fun, like just randomly catching 300 million arcs because they weren't paying attention. I mean, it
And
doesn't.
those are the ones that are more likely not to.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen. You have to realize that when it comes to this game, especially free to play, like it doesn't happen often, but you will catch those people where you get a huge hit, and there's nothing better than that. It's like, oh, you spent 30 grand, I spent nothing, and now your whole team is wiped because you didn't pay attention. Like that's
I love it, dude.
yeah. I mean, and that's
Great
one of the
feeling.
reasons why this gear talk is important because like your gear really does, it matters a lot based on what you can do.
No, I think it's the most important aspect of the game.
Oh yeah.
I will hand I'll be straight up honest with you. I mean, you can have a max league comm, high tech, high research, but if you got shit gear, you ain't gonna do no good. So.
Well, the important part is just gearing yourself up for what you want it to do. I mean, you could do multiple things with it, and you don't want to take a comm and then gear it up tank/one slot bust, and then you're wondering why the one slot bust ain't working.
Yeah,
right.
sure.
But I mean, there again, you got to remember a lot of the walkers you're gonna spend on gear. You need that gear for the walker builds. There's almost no such thing as a free to play walker.
Well, there is because you still got Rock and you can play Rock.
Yeah.
But Rock now, I mean, as easy as he is to play free to play, now I mean, you can tear suppress him and shit like that now, and I don't know. It's Rock and Blue
ITS.
Is his ITS?
Yeah.
Yes.
I know Bullets was.
That's what I thought. I thought it was just like
ITS,
bullets.
but you have to hit. And that's the thing. That's gonna be the biggest thing is you have to hit.
Yeah, that's right. He's not guaranteed.
Whereas, if you take a Reinhardt doesn't have to hit. It just has to be hit when it has the hyperspace armor. So, I mean, it's a little easier with the Reinhardt. It's harder with the Rock, or even it's harder with
Well, the Rock gets blocked by the Broken Fortress now too, so that's the issue with that.
Yeah. Shit, I remember. What was it? Before Kid got nerfed, he was good. I don't think who's the one that's got pounce? Blader. Blader never really developed the way he was supposed to.
No, he was.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. He didn't develop the way he should have.
Rocket was good too until they nerfed the shit out of her twice.
Shit, Rita's a better build than Blader.
Right, the Seeker one. He's infantry, but the Seeker build, in my opinion, and they nerfed him just because of it, was Maruko.
Mm-hmm.
Before they nerfed Maruko, he was bad as fuck, dude.
But I mean, if you're looking at it, if you're looking at it, you can't be a free to play walker.
No, definitely
infantry, you can get away with doing one slot bust, and because they hit hard enough that a one slot bust is feasible. Airships, you can get away because you have the Reinhardt build. You got the one slot bust that it makes it more feasible. You're not gonna one slot bust a walker. It's just they're not gonna be able to one slot bust and take do the damage.